Most men wait till 60 to realize this. Women's love comes with conditions. But here's what's surprising. While many women enter relationships with unspoken expectations tied to security, respect, and emotional reciprocity, conditions shaped by biology and life experience, men over 60 are often awakening to this reality, stepping back from one-sided dynamics and reclaiming their independence with a newfound clarity that brings peace and self-worth. Today, we're going to explore the psychology and research behind this late-life epiphany, why it hits hard, and how it empowers men to build better, or choose none at all. According to evolutionary psychology and relationship studies, women's romantic love often operates with inherent conditions, rooted in seeking partners who provide stability, commitment, and mutual benefit, even if it's not always verbalized. For instance, a Psychology Today article on romantic love being conditional highlights how unmet expectations lead to disillusionment and breakdowns in relationships, with couples often underestimating the conditional nature of affection. Research from Springer on sex differences in romantic love from an evolutionary perspective notes that women exhibit psychobehavioral adaptations, prioritizing long-term security and resource provision in mates. And a Central Washington University paper on the science of romantic love discusses how female mate choice evolved to favor partners demonstrating suitability through commitment signals like fidelity and investment. Social expectations amplify this. Women are often socialized to value love that aligns with practical needs, like emotional support or shared responsibilities. Financial independence empowers them, but it can tie affection to perceived equity. Shifting dating standards, influenced by modern feminism and media, emphasize self-worth, making love conditional on respect and growth. Social media comparisons heighten scrutiny, where partners must continually earn affection, and demanding lifestyles leave little room for unconditional tolerance, creating relational exhaustion when conditions aren't met. At the same time, men over 60 are undergoing a profound shift. Instead of clinging to idealized notions of unconditional love, many are recognizing these conditions for what they are, simplifying their lives by setting boundaries, walking away from imbalances, and protecting their hard-earned peace. They're downsizing emotional investments in one-way streets, avoiding conflicts over unmet expectations, and prioritizing their time, finances, and well-being over performative partnerships. A YouTube discussion on the truth about dating men over 60 reveals many seek genuine appreciation and acceptance, realizing loneliness is preferable to conditional entanglements. Insights from the Simaj Mind Spa on rules for men 60+ seeking relationships note that by this age, men draw from decades of experience to demand mutual respect, often opting out if conditions feel lopsided. It's a deliberate pivot towards self-fulfillment, as evidenced by studies showing older men reporting higher satisfaction in selective or solitary lifestyles post-realization. Men past 60 have endured lifetimes of effort. They've loved unconditionally, provided tirelessly, sacrificed for families, battled career stresses, and carried relational loads for decades. And research consistently reveals a pivotal insight. Men become wiser to relational dynamics as they age. They're no longer blinded by youthful idealism about forever love. They're not chasing fairy tale romances. They're not proving devotion through endless concessions. They've already given enough. Evolutionary psychology pieces, like those on Less Wrong, discuss how men evolve to recognize arousal confounders and partner selectivity, applying lessons to avoid conditional traps. They've navigated cycles, passionate youth, committed midlife, and now, reflective seniority where they filter for equity over endurance. They've learned the cost of ignoring conditions, the financial drain from unbalanced support, the emotional toll of constant adaptation, and even the health impacts of strained bonds. Studies show that conditional regard in relationships correlates with lower satisfaction and higher stress, as per a self-determination theory paper examining romantic quality through daily diaries. A PMC article on conditional negative regard links it to increased stress and poorer dyadic adjustment in couples. Psychology Today warns that basing love on conditions can feel comfortable at first, but leads to long-term harm, prompting many older men to say, "No thanks." So many simply awaken, realizing love's strings come at too high a price. Here's where the imbalance emerges. Many men enter relationships assuming love is boundless, but biology, evolutionary pressures, and societal norms reveal women's affection often hinges on ongoing value, provision, loyalty, or growth that must be maintained. Early passion masks this, but over time, conditions surface, leading to regrets if unmet. A medium piece argues women's love should be conditional, tied to beneficial environments like respect and utility. Evolutionary insights from PMC on the dating mind explain women's long-term strategies favor conditional commitment based on mate quality signals. As men age, this realization hits. What seemed unconditional was adaptive strategy, shifting dynamics dramatically. Meanwhile, instead of resenting this truth, many men over 60 pivot inward. They invest in health, pursuing vitality through routines that energize. They embrace hobbies, rediscovering joys sidelined by relational demands. They savor solitude, finding contentment without conditions. They reclaim autonomy, living on their terms. A Psychology Today post on over 60 seeking love affirms this vein of agelessness, where men refuse to feel old in conditional setups, opting for authentic freedom. Quora responses on post-60 expectations echo desires for mutual fidelity and respect, with many thriving solo after the epiphany. Here is the part most people misunderstand. Men over 60 aren't jaded about love. They're not bitter toward women. They're not rejecting connection outright. They've simply grasped that all love has conditions, and they're choosing ones that honor their worth, as supported by narratives where older men celebrate balanced or independent lives. If a relationship offers true mutuality, warmth, respect, and unconditional elements within fair bounds, men welcome it. But if it demands endless proof, entitlement, or one-sided effort, they walk away unapologetically. This isn't defeat, it's empowerment. A YouTube exploration of falling in love after 60 warns of risks, but highlights rewards in discerning choices. When researchers interview older men in fulfilling bonds, they consistently value the same: reciprocal companionship without strings, emotional equity and respect, kindness that flows both ways, gentleness in conflicts, reliability beyond benefits, honesty that endures, not illusions, not fantasies, not conditional highs. Psychological science findings on love gaps note, long married couples sustain affection through mutual investment, but older realizations often lead to selective bliss. Men over 60 don't need love to complete them. They need relationships that don't impose unfair conditions, preserving the wisdom and peace they've earned. While relational myths persist, a rising number of men over 60 report invaluable gains from this realization. A liberated mindset, free from illusions. Restful nights, unburdened by tensions. Financial security, without relational drains. Vital health, focused on self, and a life of chosen calm. Reddit threads from women over 60 reflect on loved men through lenses of mutual growth, underscoring the shift. That doesn't mean forsake love, it means demand conditions that uplift both, or thrive alone. So if you're a man over 60 awakening to this, remember, you are not late. You are not alone in the insight. You are entering an era where your boundaries matter more than myths. And your fulfillment trumps outdated expectations. Embrace this wisdom, it's your strengths. Discern wisely. Honor your value, protect your peace, and only engage where conditions are mutual. If you're a man over 60 interested in relationship truths, masculine wisdom, health, and growth backed by research, subscribe to this channel. Stay aware, stay empowered, and stay sovereign.